kind of felt more like I was in an 80s John Hughes movie and he was just like standing outside of my window with a boombox, just being like, I want to date you.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on a date with me? I made you a friendship bracelet. Do you want to date me?
Just come outside and meet me. Just meet me.
What if I told you the moment Taylor Swift met Travis Kelce wasn't just a celebrity headline? It was the start of a love story nobody thought possible. Fans laughed when he tried winning her over with nothing more than a bracelet. But that single move revealed exactly why she now calls him the man of her dreams. And the deeper you look, the clearer it gets. This isn't just another romance. This could be the fairy tale ending she's been chasing for years.
Getting to know me in a way that's very natural, very pure, very normal. Like, also like just the way that he could make me laugh so immediately about normal things. Like Travis is like, he's just a vibe booster in everyone's life that he's in. He's like a human exclamation point. Like, you know, he's like...
In 2023, Travis Kelce walked into one of Taylor's concerts not as a superstar, not as an NFL legend, but as a fan. Instead of pulling strings through Hollywood connections or leaning on industry friends, he tried something so simple it almost felt unbelievable. He made a friendship bracelet by hand and slipped his phone number into the beads. No grand speech, no backstage VIP access, just a raw gesture that anyone could have tried, but almost no one would have dared.
This one I've been workshopping for the girls because they love everything rainbow. Funfetti sourdough.
Oh my gosh. It's going to blow their mind.
No, it will. Because they love sprinkles. Like we put sprinkles in everything when we hang out.
Yeah.
It's really... yeah.
She's a loafer for life now.
Yeah. And
at first, people laughed it off. A professional athlete making arts and crafts jewelry? It sounded like a joke. But the truth is, that moment cut through the noise. It showed boldness without arrogance, sincerity without games. And here's the kicker. Taylor loved it. She later admitted she thought it was metal, which in Taylor's language means it wasn't just sweet, it was fearless. Why does this matter? Because Taylor has spent years surrounded by people who approach her with calculation. Industry setups, PR-friendly introductions, carefully staged encounters. But Travis came in unpolished and direct, and that made all the difference. He wasn't trying to be perfect. He was trying to be real. And when you're one of the most famous women on the planet, being seen as a person, not just an icon, is priceless. But making a bold move is one thing. Living in Taylor Swift's spotlight is another. And this is where Travis proved he wasn't just a daring suitor, he was built for the pressure. Dating Taylor Swift isn't like dating a regular celebrity. It's stepping into a storm. Cameras at every corner, headlines spun from nothing, and millions of fans dissecting your every move. For most of Taylor's past relationships, that spotlight became too much. Some partners retreated, some resented it, and others crumbled under the pressure of being linked to the biggest pop star on earth. But Travis, he flips the script. Instead of dodging the attention, he embraces it. He's in the front row at her concerts, singing along like a fan who never wants the night to end. He wears her merch with pride, smiles for the paparazzi, and makes it clear he's not just tolerating the fame, he's thriving right alongside her. The difference is simple but powerful. Where others tried to escape the spotlight, Travis steps into it, not to steal attention, but to stand with her in it. He doesn't compete with Taylor's fame, and he doesn't shrink from it. He celebrates it, and in doing so, he makes her world feel safer instead of heavier. And that's why fans notice something unusual. For the first time in years, Taylor didn't look like she was dragging someone through her fame. She looked like she finally had a partner strong enough to carry it with her. But fame isn't the only test. Even with trophies, records, and headlines of his own, Travis still shows something that makes this love story different. He knows how to stay humble. Travis Kelce isn't just Taylor Swift's boyfriend. He's one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history, a two-time Super Bowl champion, and a future Hall of Famer. On paper, he has every reason to carry himself with ego. Yet what makes him stand out isn't the trophies. It's how little he lets them define him. Even at the height of his career, Travis still talks talks like the underdog from Cleveland Heights who almost lost his shot at football. He jokes about his mistakes, credits his teammates for his success, and reminds people that nothing is guaranteed. That humility is rare in a world where fame usually builds walls between stars and their fans. One story says it all. After winning the Super Bowl, while confetti was still falling, reporters were expecting a big headline moment. Instead, Travis spotted the stadium's janitor quietly sweeping near the sidelines. Without hesitation, he walked over, gave the man a hug, and thanked him for keeping the place alive all season. Cameras barely caught it, but for the people who saw it, it was classic Travis. No show, no script, just real.
That's the part Taylor noticed too, because when you've lived in a world where everyone's chasing status, finding someone who already has it all, but still acts like they owe the world gratitude is a rare kind of peace. And that humility doesn't just show on the field. It shows in the way he loves her, publicly, loudly, and without apology. For both Travis and Taylor, family isn't background noise. It's the foundation. And that's part of why their story resonates. Taylor's fans know the role her parents play. Andrea Swift, her mother, is her anchor. Her father, Scott, has been by her side since the earliest Nashville days. Taylor has always looked for someone who could respect that closeness, someone who understood that family first wasn't just a saying, it was her life. Enter Travis Kelce, who grew up in a tight-knit Ohio home side by side with his brother Jason. The Kelce brothers are more than siblings. They're best friends, and they carry that bond into everything they do. Their mom, Donna, became a fan favorite when she wore a half Chiefs, half Eagles jersey to support both her sons during the Super Bowl. That image, one mother, split down the middle but united in love, said everything about the family values Travis was raised in. And here's a lesser-known detail. When asked about Taylor, Donna Kelce once said she loved that Taylor didn't just drop in as a celebrity, but sat with the family during games, chatting, laughing, and blending in like she had been there all along. No walls, no superstar distance, just a woman who cared enough to join the table. It's small moments like that where values line up. Both Travis and Taylor come from homes that believe in showing up, being present, and never being too famous to sit with your people. And when two people share that foundation, it creates a bond fame can't fake. And speaking of showing up, Travis has a way of proving his love that's as bold as his plays on the field by loving her out loud. For years, Taylor Swift's relationships carried a weight. She often looked guarded in public, careful with every move, as if one wrong step would feed 1,000 headlines. But since Travis, that tension seems to have cracked open into something else. Joy.
Fans first noticed it at his games. Taylor didn't sit back quietly in the VIP box, hidden behind tinted glass. She stood, cheered, shouted, and even chest-bumped friends after big plays. It wasn't staged. It was raw, unfiltered happiness. That was new. Her friends have said the same. Around Travis, she doesn't seem like the global superstar managing an image. She seems like a woman having fun, laughing in stadium suites, dancing without worrying about cameras, taking midnight diner trips after concerts. Simple things, but for someone who's spent years in a cage of constant scrutiny, those little freedoms are monumental. And here's something the public almost missed. During her Eras tour stop in Buenos Aires, she changed a lyric mid-song to wink directly at him in the crowd. It wasn't just playful, it was fearless. Old Taylor guarded her private life. New Taylor, with Travis, was bold enough to rewrite her own music in real time just to say, this one's for you. That's the kind of joy you can't fake. And it's why so many fans say she doesn't just look in love, she looks free.
But joy isn't built on fireworks alone. It lasts when trust runs deeper. And Travis has already shown her something that's hard to find in her world: consistency. Love stories often burn bright in the beginning, but what makes them last is alignment, not just of hearts, but of futures. For Taylor and Travis, that's where things get interesting. Taylor's ambition has always been bigger than music. She's built an empire on her terms, from taking ownership of her masters to turning her Eras tour into the highest grossing in history. Every step of her career screams one thing: longevity. She isn't chasing moments, she's building legacy. Travis, in his own lane, mirrors that same drive. Football has been his platform, but he's already planting seeds for
life beyond the field: media work, business ventures, even philanthropy. Like Taylor, he's not content with being remembered for one chapter. He wants the whole book.
And here's where they click. Both dream big, but both understand the sacrifices it takes. They know fame isn't a finish line, it's a responsibility. And because of that, their ambitions don't compete. They run parallel. Of course, challenges are coming. Distance will test them. Taylor's tours spanning continents, Travis's NFL season locking him into brutal schedules. For many couples, that separation would feel like a crack in the foundation. But for these two, it looks more like proof of strength. Why? Because both already know what it means to grind, to wait, to stay committed when the world pulls in 1,000 directions. And when you've been trained to endure pressure at the highest level, you're not afraid of the tests. You're ready for them. And that's why so many believe this isn't just another love story for the tabloids. For the first time, Taylor Swift may have found someone who matches her in pace, in power, and in purpose.
Of course, not everyone views this romance through rose-colored glasses. Skeptics are quick to say it's a PR stunt, a headline machine perfectly timed to fuel both her music tour and his NFL season. Others whisper about the pressure, how any relationship under this much attention is doomed to collapse. And there have been real tests. Rumors spun after she missed one of his games. Paparazzi photos twisted into breakup speculation. Entire podcasts and tabloids analyzing their every glance, looking for cracks to expose. But here's the thing. So far, they've faced those waves without losing their footing. Taylor has laughed off the noise, reminding fans through lyrics and interviews that she no longer lives to please the narrative. And Travis, he's openly defended her, even clapping back at critics who tried to minimize her presence at games. The untold truth is that risk has always been part of Taylor's love life. The difference now is that she's with someone unafraid to weather it with her. Where past partners went quiet or walked away, Travis leans in. And together, they turned criticism into proof that what they have is real enough to fight for.
Which is why, for the first time in a long time, fans aren't just asking if Taylor found love. They're asking if she finally found the ending she's been writing toward all along. When you step back and look at the story, it's clear why this feels different. Travis Kelce isn't just another guy in Taylor Swift's long list of famous relationships. He's bold enough to make the first move with a bracelet, strong enough to embrace her fame instead of shrinking from it, humble enough to thank the janitor after winning a Super Bowl, and grounded enough in family and values to give Taylor something she's been missing for years: stability. Since him, we've seen a freer, more joyful Taylor, one who laughs louder, moves bolder, and sings with a spark in her eyes that feels brand new. Together, they're not just surviving fame, they're rewriting what it looks like to thrive inside of it. But the question still lingers. Can even this love weather the storms ahead? Tours that stretch across continents, NFL seasons that demand everything, and a media machine that never sleeps?
That's what makes this story fascinating. It's not just about where they are now, it's about where they could be heading. And maybe, for the first time, Taylor's fans aren't just hoping for a happy ending. They're daring to believe it's possible. So what do you think? Is this the fairy tale she's been waiting for, or just another chapter in a story still unfolding? Drop your thoughts below and stay tuned, because this love story is far from over.